They left her to die. Not a phone call, not a tear. Just silence. And now? They're about to lose everything. That's how this story begins, not with a death, but a betrayal so deep, it rewrote a father's purpose. I stood in the doorway of my children's high-rise apartment, gripping Emily's cancer diagnosis. Her last hope, an expensive treatment that might buy us time. Across from me, Eric scrolled his phone on a designer couch, while Laura adjusted her gold bracelet. I begged. I pleaded. "It's your mother," I said, voice cracking. Eric didn't even look up. "Your mess, Dad. Not mine." Laura nodded, silent. A month later, Emily was gone. They didn't come to the funeral. That night, soaked in rain, standing over her casket alone, I made a vow. Not for revenge. For justice. The room where I pleaded still haunted me, sterile, cold, perfumed with Laura's floral scent. Eric's pristine condo stood as a monument to everything I'd sacrificed for. I dropped the diagnosis on the glass table. It landed softly, but it may as well have shattered. Eric pushed it aside like garbage. Not dipping into my savings for this. Get real. I turned to Laura, the girl I'd held through nightmares, the one whose wedding drained our savings. She walked to the window, heels clicking. "We can't afford it, Dad. You know that." My chest ached. I'd paid for their dreams. Now they wouldn't even try to save the woman who raised them. My legs carried me out on autopilot, Emily's diagnosis still clutched in my hand like a dead flower. They had chosen to be strangers. So I chose something else. Emily never knew. I lied to her. Told her the kids sent their love. Her eyes lit up. She believed me. I sold the car. Emptied our retirement. Begged the bank for a loan. Anything for a chance, even a slim one. The treatment bought us a little time. Just enough for her to slip away slowly. I held her hand as her chest rose and fell. Then stopped. No calls came. No messages. Just silence. The funeral. Just me. I watched raindrops trail down her casket while empty chairs lined the tent. I returned home, the house colder without her laughter. I pulled out the old photo album. Their faces stared back at me from happier days. Smiles, graduations, vacations. Memories I'd built with tired hands and missed dreams. I opened my phone. Scrolled through old contacts. Tom Harland. A lawyer. A friend. I called him. I need to know what Eric's hiding. And Laura? What she owes. I wasn't looking for blood. Just the truth. And justice. The first lead came from Susan, a nervous employee at Eric's firm. "He's been cooking the books," she whispered in a cafe. "Off-the-record deals. If that leaks, he's finished." Then came Ron, my old lawyer. Eric skating on thin ice. And Laura? 5 credit cards. Missed payments. She's living in a fantasy. I smiled for the first time in months. Not out of joy, but clarity. From my kitchen, I typed the email, "Look into Eric Collins. Financial discrepancies." Then I mailed Laura's creditors a dossier of her debts. Days later, the news hit. Eric's firm under audit. Laura's creditors circling like sharks. I watched it all unfold from a park bench. Her ring still in my pocket. Justice, slow but sure. Eric called. Voice hollow. "Dad, we need to talk." I said nothing. Hung up. Later, a knock. They stood there, wrecked. Begging. "We're sorry. I didn't move. You left her to die. I begged you. Now you want forgiveness." I shut the door. Part 8, The Final Blow. Ron brought papers. Sue them. Demand it all back. College. Cars. The wedding. I signed. In court, I laid it out. Every dollar. Every sacrifice. And their betrayal. I made their lives possible, I told the judge. And I made their fall. Gavel struck. I won. I walked to Emily's grave. Set her ring on the stone. Told her everything. They felt it, Emily. The pain they gave us. I kept my promise. Back home, I cleared the coffee table. Called Tom. Fishing this weekend. It was time to live again. Not in rage. But in peace. They betrayed her. They abandoned me. But in the end, justice spoke louder than blood. If you felt this story, like and subscribe. Drop a comment, what would you have done in my place?